said.
You don't know.
Yo.
He said.
You don't know.
Where we going? Are we live?
Vamos pa la playa.
On TikTok, yes.
Hold up, we're live on
IG?
TikTok.
Yes.
We're live.
And on IG.
We're not live yet. I don't see us.
It's delay. It's delay.
I see us now.
Delay.
You are delayed.
I'm very delayed.
24/7, 7 days a week.
Why you gotta take
24/7,
extra?
7 days a week. Where we be at?
Holy shit, because
Where we be at?
Facebook or not.
Not live on Facebook. Yo no veo Facebook. Hi everyone on IG. Cami, hi baby, how are you? I should say baby twice. No.
Baby.
Just kidding.
Baby.
Are we live on Facebook?
No.
All right.
Super mega producers working on it.
SMP. How is everyone today on IG? We're back. Episode 2. Why can't I open this a little larger?
You're live. I don't know what you're talking about.
On what, Facebook?
Where are we? How come I can't see it? Where we be at?
Because remember, you got to scroll down because of the pinned one.
No. Oh, I gotta go on the actual page. Boop, boop. Got it.
That might work.
Nope, that's not it. That's the recording.
No, we're live.
Because I'm like, wait, no, I'm on the recording.
I'm on the live.
Yes.
I know, guys. Stop ganging up on me. How do I get out of here? Okay. Why are you laughing? Okay, I see it. What's so funny? What is so funny? Why are you laughing?
Because you're funny. That's all. I can't laugh.
Hello.
It's a free country.
Say hello.
Hello.
Con ánimo, coño. You're so bland and dry. How's everyone doing today? Happy Thursday. I was about to say happy Wednesday, and it's Thursday. The week has flown by. How was your week?
It was my Friday.
SMP. Happy birthday, SMP.
Yeah, happy birthday.
Está poniéndote viejito. You want me to get you the cane, Papa?
How old are you?
He's an age.
I'm not going to respond to y'all
Why?
because I'm not old.
You're no longer in high school.
You're getting closer to my age. We feel proud.
He's never going to catch up to you.
No matter how old I get, I'm never getting close.
No, you're gonna catch up. It's like when we were younger and we started dating, and I didn't date you. I dated my husband. When I started dating my husband, he looked so much younger than I did, and then when he grew up, now we look almost the same.
I'm totally confused with that, but
It's
okay.
not growing up. It's marital stress.
Wow. Wow.
Oh, sorry.
Marital stress.
I make your life so easy that you look
Thank you,
younger.
Lori.
So
Thank you, Green Eyes. You know what? I have to start. Thank you. I have to start calling people by their screen names. Mrs. Bejarano to you. Green Eyes 14. Green Eyes 814. Thank you. They're wishing SMP a happy birthday.
Shit, nowadays you don't even know.
You're upside down.
No shit.
All the time. You're never right side up.
I'm trying to figure
So
this out.
confused.
It'd be
What
helpful.
What are you trying to figure out? You should have figured shit out before. What are you looking for?
Oh my god.
The live? Go to home. I'm sorry, I gotta teach him some lessons because he unfortunately doesn't know what he's doing. Why are you going live? He just went live himself. He's so slow. So how is everyone? We're back. Episode 2 of season 3. I am going to make a disclaimer from now. The next 2 Thursdays I will be
Why you gotta do
away.
that? Why?
And SMP is going to be in my place instead.
Who discussed this? Who discussed this?
I discussed it.
Who's the boss of this show?
With my co-host. I discussed it with my co-host. So I'll be away for the next 2 Thursdays, but somebody else will be filling in. He's not going to be as good as me, but
wow,
you get somebody. You
wanna do this too?
No, I'm not doing that. I'm just saying.
Or a dab, or
and he's just remember, for those 2 weeks, he could be your friend. When I come back, then he's my friend. Okay.
You give a lot of instructions.
Absolutely, all the time. Instructions are very good. I actually received an email today from one of my clients who said, thank you so much for being so thorough with your instructions. It's easy to follow, and I understand every step I need to take.
Well, first thing first, we're not your clients.
It doesn't matter.
Second of all,
I gotta treat everybody like a client.
No, you don't have to treat everybody.
I don't have to what? Treat?
You don't have to treat everyone like a client.
Habla. Tú estás cansado.
You give direction. I'm fucking tired. There's some beat on me. But you give orders and directives.
And
that's different.
That's the same shit.
He is no longer in the military.
Orders and directives are the same thing.
No,
if I give you an order, I'm giving you a directive.
What's up, Mick Rock?
No.
No. Where are you looking, Mick Rock? Where's Mick Rock at?
Facebook. I don't know who Erkmai is. Tell me. Nubia. They're all on Facebook.
Hello.
Oh, E, what up?
So it's been a crazy week, right? Not a crazy week, but there's a lot that's going on. So last week Biden was in, and this week Biden is out. But I'm glad that he made that decision. He wasn't gonna have the support of his own Democratic Party.
First of all, he didn't make that decision.
He made the decision.
Absolutely not.
Then who made it for him? The Democratic Party?
They made that decision for him.
They
made it. There's no way that he made that decision.
Well, I'm sure he made
I'm pretty sure they were, that whole whatever team is out there.
I am sure that he made it. I'm sure he made the decision.
No,
but in any event, I'm glad he did make the decision. I don't think he was mentally fit and mentally and physically fit for the position. But now we got Harrison, and I want to apologize.
It's not Harris.
It's Harris. I said now we have Harris in. I said now we have Harris.
Enunciate then correctly.
That's like you teach.
I teach.
TikTok. Anyway.
TikTok.
So here's the thing. Interestingly enough, I have been critiquing Kamala Harris and saying she has been MIA. She's been in the background. She has done nothing. Then I thought about it. Right? Recently, just the other day, I thought about it and I said, you know what? She has been in the backdrop. But what is a VP supposed to do? A VP is supposed to be in the background. VP is not supposed to be forefront center, right? They're basically the backbone of the president, but they're supposed to do their own thing, and they're behind the scenes.
They're trying to compare other vice presidents that have come. Like Al Gore was.
You're Clinton's. Good because I don't remember any vice president.
And Al Gore did a lot of things.
Was Biden vice president? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to
Biden was vice president to Obama.
To Obama. That I remember.
And Biden was involved in a lot of strategic international
Was it put out to the forefront?
Oh, absolutely, yeah. Because what Obama couldn't do, your VP needs to go out there. I think with Kamala or however. Right, so with her...
I put the spin on it, the Spanish thing, Kamala.
So,
Kamala.
With her, there really hasn't been much of, say, a visual on what she's doing. She's really been hiding. There's been a few instances where they follow her, like the news, social media, or anything of that nature. But for the most part, it's just been Biden. And Biden himself, for the most part, also has been in a fucking cave. At the White House.
I'm just saying that at the end of the day, I think that if she has a good chance. CBS put out their get their vote statistics, and Gen Z, she's up on Biden by at least 42% on Gen Z. And then
she is younger.
She's up on the numbers in all aspects.
Right. She is younger.
I don't think age has anything to do
with it.
Oh,
absolutely age has something to do with it. The one thing that she does have...
Hi, Nina Weena.
Oh, how are you, look at that fro. No, she wants her leftovers.
Her dinner. Sorry. We're getting confused. We're getting distracted. We're doing everything else, but what is that? How come he has a beer?
It was in there.
It's my birthday.
It's your birthday. Your birthday was yesterday.
It's all for the next 3 weeks, especially while you're gone.
Oh, very interesting. Very interesting.
You hear your daughter too?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are we doing?
I know. Don't call. Don't get on that bandwagon.
What? That's my brother from another mother. What are you talking about?
Your brother from another mother.
You just said. Wait. Let me reiterate something and let me quote. While you are gone, he is my friend. and we have it on video, so you can't go back on it. So
it's not to gallivant.
Who said anything about gallivanting? That's where your brain is going.
Where are we going?
Where are we going?
Paragama.
We could go to Publix. We could go to Wendy's.
You're gonna stay here.
We could go find unicorns and midgets. I don't understand. We could do a lot of those
unicorns and midgets. Are you on
I don't know why I can't see the live feed on this iPad. It's probably because the firmware is not. So why do you think she has a chance?
I don't know much about her, but I just think she has a chance. But I don't know. I have to do my research on her. I really haven't. And here's my thing now with research. Before we were able to do research, and you would get some type of credible information. Right now, you don't even know what's credible and what's not credible.
Anthony, you like my hair? Look at this. Look at these locks, Anthony. Look at these locks.
Who are you talking? Oh, hey! Get a haircut. You look like you're getting ready to.
Don't worry, I got my scrunchie, so I can start looking like
Hi, Anthony.
A Japanese samurai.
Get a haircut. We told him to wear his hair out today because he has long hair, but he's been wearing.
There was no we because it was just an I. That was you.
It's an I. It's an I. But no, I don't know. Hi, Rose. I don't know really much about her. So
no, but why do you think she can win, regardless of not knowing about it? She's black. She's biracial. She's a woman.
She's a minority.
That's what black usually means.
Well, not really, no.
Or biracial. No. Unless there's another category that when you fill out an application they just include it.
I don't know, but I think at least we have a better chance.
She has no kids, which is actually...
She has no kids?
She has no kids, and she has a white husband.
No, I don't think so. I don't really think that comes into play.
Oh, all these things come to play.
I'm saying for me, those are not reasons why she's going to win. I have to look at her background, her career.
None of that shit matters. It's all about them. None of it really matters.
So then what's going to matter? At this point, I just think that people are just going to choose the lesser of two evils.
Well, that's what most people usually do anyway. There's no
they didn't do that.
There's no campaigning or anything of that nature that she could have done. It's too short notice.
No, she's doing campaigning now. She hit the road.
I understand that, but she was already in the White House, first of all. So her campaign.
Rose said Trump is going to win. Biden and Kamala both suck.
Wait, Mello, they're requesting my socks. They're requesting my socks. Okay, so
already
they're requesting my socks. No, it's not. It's never too early for my socks. So my socks today we got
Storm.
No, someone called them Darth Vader.
No, is that I saw them and then I didn't see them. So I saw them, but I didn't see them.
I don't even understand that statement.
I saw them, but I didn't see the fucking characters up here, not down here. Okay. So I just only saw it right here.
What color is Darth Vader?
Black.
Okay, what is this?
White.
Thank you. I just wanted to see. Maybe you're colorblind. I don't know.
Did you put the socks up? Oh,
yeah, he put the
socks up.
You
didn't show them right.
Yeah.
Well, you did it.
Wait, hold on. Wait. I'm gonna do the pirate right now.
Don't climb on the table and make sure your balls don't come out of your freaking basketball shorts.
Yeah, I forgot. I don't have anything in the back. Everything's in the front. All right, I got it. There you go. There we go.
I don't think you can see. Can you see it?
Yeah,
can they all see them? You gotta put it up like a ballerina.
I can. He's gonna do it. Look right there. Perfect. See?
Okay. Yeah.
Yo, why is she doubting your skills, bro? I don't understand.
Stop tonight.
I don't understand. Yeah.
Those are his socks for today.
Those are my socks for today. I'm not sure it is Big Apple.
Where is Big Apple? Because you're from where?
I'm from New York.
New York.
That's the accent. That's the accent that people hear when we talk. You from New York, right? Yeah.
I get that all the time. You're from New York. You from New York. I could tell by the accent. And in my head, I'm like, what accent? Because I don't believe I have an accent. But
just like if you go to South Carolina, down south, they have accent. The Texans got an accent.
They do have accents. They have accents. I get it. So Rose said Trump was going to win because Biden and Kamala both suck. So what makes you... I want to know from you, Rose, why do you believe Trump is going to win? And why doesn't Trump also suck? Because I think Trump also sucks.
I think...
He's taken away so many of our women's rights. It's ridiculous.
They all suck. How about that? I have an issue that we only have a choice of these two. Why is it that we have a choice of only two?
Because no one else wants to run for presidency.
No, it's not that they don't want. It's they're not allowed to. Let's. I think about things in so many different ways, right? Let's think about the deep state, right? Mm-hmm. What they say, the people that control everything, the puppet masters that control everything. So We know, and the whole world knows, that Biden, for a very long time now, mentally has not been there. Right? What happened with that debate was no surprise to anybody. When I saw his speech yesterday. On a teleprompter, he is like any other president. You know, he does flub here and there, but it's believable. But when it comes to right there and there, live in action, he flubs it. But no one was surprised about it. So I don't understand why it went so long. I have a theory that why they allowed Biden to, why did they nominate Biden in the first place, knowing they were hoping maybe his numbers would change.
I don't think it's the numbers. No.
I don't think they have faith in Kamala either. But at this point, they don't have a choice.
I think more that they've realized, we got to remember, he's not sitting in Congress with everyone, so they're not going to see his performance. And to see his performance and his mental state, because it's of my opinion he must have either dementia or the early stages of Alzheimer's.
How old is he? Because he seems like he's older.
He's the oldest, 82. Yeah. All right.
And then but the thing is, Donald Trump, who is in the same age range, does not cognitively is much better than Biden, like 10 times better.
Can I say something to that?
To what?
To this whole thing.
Yeah, go ahead.
And this isn't the, what's the word I'm looking for? The expression that I'm going to say right now isn't the same for everybody on the show, obviously.
Yeah, everybody has their own opinion and perspective.
Me personally, I'm tired of people only focusing on them and not looking at the people that are sitting in the congressman's chairs.
Well, that's the smoke and mirrors part of things.
That's and that's the hard part. That's not the hard part, but that's the part that a lot of people don't understand. That everybody thinks that the executive, right? The executive department has all the power, and the
president is just a figurehead.
He doesn't have as much power as Congress.
No, absolutely not. They can freaking stop everything.
The legislator is very, very strong, and that's the issue too, because a lot of individuals sitting in the legislator's office, unfortunately, they don't do anything for their constituents.
Well, look to your point, Mia. What is Trump's one of the first things he want to do when he becomes president? He wants to start firing those people that are in the judiciary system that doesn't follow his math, and the same thing with people in the Congress seats. He's planning on putting 40 people in those positions that follow his agenda.
Trump?
I know that.
Oh, absolutely. But understand what he did. While I think I've never seen someone so vilified in the history of politics like he has been. And those that call him stupid, you're the stupid one. Because understand how everything has transpired.
Like that word.
Okay, that's your opinion. So understand, he knew what he was doing or what he has done, right? He knew these criminal proceedings were going to take place eventually, right? Then, as president, he placed chess pieces in certain strategic areas where, in the event things went left for him, he has an out. He's always been a very savvy businessman.
He's not stupid.
Oh, absolutely not. He's very savvy, very intelligent. He's calculating. So, this is why there's people that see things like this and be like, you know what?
But he comes across as being racist.
Oh, absolutely.
A male chauvinist pig.
Absolutely.
And that is, in my opinion, why I wouldn't give him my vote.
Okay, so I'm going to give you an example.
Because business-wise, he may be very savvy. And he may be very successful.
And these are points.
But when it comes to his target class are minorities.
Who's?
Trump's target.
Oh,
his target class.
Well, he won Florida,
and that's
he's won over a lot of the black population in certain states. I have another perspective. I like the fact that he is upfront. He doesn't hide from it. That he's a chauvinist pig. that he has racist tendencies? Absolutely. But you know where he's coming from. You're going to tell me that these past presidents are wearing male chauvinism? Look at Clinton.
I understand that they have.
He got the best BJ in the White House.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? Are you he cheated on his wife? Come on. Are you not telling me all male chauvinistic pigs? We know that it's hard for a woman in politics to advance because, come on, you got to watch House of Cards on Netflix to really understand. They give you a great perspective of how things really work.
But here's another truth. The truth of the matter is that there's always been two people up for the presidency in every election, and it's always been the lesser of two evils.
No, but
right?
we've always had a chance. We've always had an independent. We've had one that.
Had an independent.
Yes, we have because Bernie Sanders run as.
No, I'm talking about at the end when it's just the two.
Yeah, but this time around we didn't have choice. No, Bernie Sanders was never a running mate.
No. I'm just saying.
In the regular when we vote in the primaries, right? We have a lot of options. This time around it was taken away completely. And then yes, Kamala Harris, boom, all right. Pelosi endorses her.
But right now, Kamala still, the Democratic Party hasn't fully nominated.
Yeah, but everybody's saying
Biden put her up.
No, but Pelosi endorsed her. Once Pelosi endorsed her, it's a given that she is a.
It doesn't mean that the whole Democratic Party.
Everybody that's discussing that's in politics that I've been watching, once Pelosi endorsed her, it's a given. Now it's a point. She needs to now get a running mate within the next 5 to 7 days.
Yeah, I think she already chose.
So, and when I tell you, what happened? Really?
Yeah. Oh. On TikTok. TikTok is very strict.
TikTok, you suck.
Yeah, they're gonna.
Once you talk about politics, that's it.
No, not even that. I could have said a curse because I said a curse word and then that was it.
And here's the truth. I mean,
you got off TikTok?
No, it's still.
It's recording.
He is a bozo. I agree. He's a bozo.
Who's a bozo?
Mel. Trump is a bozo.
Yeah.
He likes the attention. He likes
What's the show that he had?
He likes to rile the crowd up.
What's the show that he had? And
I forgot what it was called, but the one where
Instagram
The Apprentice.
He took this and he said, "This is the biggest stage in the world. Yeah. This is my show."
Yeah.
And he said whatever he's wanting to say, and he's been allowed to say anything and do anything he's wanted to do. Plain and simple. So, but Kamala has my stance is Kamala has a chance because she has the minority. She has the women. I'm pretty sure that the LGBTQ community will also fall in that category for her.
Mm-hmm.
Gen X. She's much younger.
Mm-hmm.
What I like about her is because she's good on her feet speaking.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I heard her speech a couple of days ago, and she's very passionate.
Artemio, deja la jodienda, Artemio. No joda.
Boricua
Papi is on Facebook, and he's commenting. He's talking shit. Stop talking shit. You're gonna get an eviction notice. You're gonna get evicted, Artemio.
So she has to hit the ground running on those things and move forward and see where she goes.
It's what Trump is doing is giving a lot of power back to the states, and he's taking away from the federal government, and he's giving that power to the states.
That's my alarm. Turn it off.
That's all fine. That's all fine and dandy.
Sorry, super mega producer. Let me get a screen down.
That's all fine and dandy to give power back.
But this is how I'm telling. I'm sorry, I'm interrupting you.
No, sigue hablando.
I'm sorry. Listen,
let me shut the fuck up.
I'm old, and I forget my lane. My train of thought. I can't even speak. My train of thought. I'm talking like fucking Bugs Bunny, bro. So this is why I tell you that our votes don't matter because her running mate is the governor of Pennsylvania. Pennsylvania is one of the major states that you need to win a presidential election, and it's strategic. Yeah, so it's a toss. It could be a toss up. I believe with Biden and Trump, it was a Democratic state, but Trump pushed the envelope that it was close. So all of this is strategic. Everybody's trying to figure out what states, who has the most electoral votes, and all this other stuff. And then there's the popular vote, and usually the popular vote is the winner. But it's all false. All of it is false. We are in this sense of security that our votes actually matter, when I believe they already know who's going to win.
It's the electoral votes.
Yeah, but
people in. But at the end of the day, it's not democracy. I think we've all know that. It appears to be, but it appears to be that it's
the last election,
but it's not.
What was it? It was 62 million to 60 million. That's 122 million people that came out to vote, which I don't know what the percentage is, but that's an insane amount of people. You're telling me 122 people went and voted? I highly doubt that. Highly doubt that.
Listen, we can all have opinions, and guess what? Our opinions are not even going to matter.
No, absolutely not.
To get into debates with other people and to get riled up, it's fine and dandy, but at the end of the day, we could say...
Well, the riling up part is what the issue.
I was talking.
You was talking, all right, whispering. Okay, I'm sorry. Is this what you're doing?
You're doing that Cuban thing.
Oh, wow. That Cuban thing.
Hi, Tracy. You're doing that Cuban thing. But at this point, we are going backwards. I don't think we're going forwards. I've read a lot of case law, and from back in those times, that basically gave individuals a lot of rights. And to see that these rights are being stripped away from us, that's really sad.
But besides the Roe Wade, what else had he stripped?
That's really
and
sad.
Giving it back to the states? Because before Roe versus Wade, the states had it. So he just reverted it back to what the original was before Roe Wade. But besides that, what else has been reverted to the states that the government had some type of say?
The right to bear arms. That's reverted to the states, and now the states can make certain decisions about the right to bear arms.
But the
like
federal
DeSantis right now, we don't need a license to carry a gun.
That's fine, but that's more than half the states in the United States that you don't need a permit.
The segregation of religion. Right now, the state, you weren't able to before, because you weren't the entanglement. There's the entanglement. So in the Bill of Rights, you have the freedom of religion, and you can't have any entanglements, right, between the church and state. And unfortunately, you have now states that are enforcing religion in public schools. Not even in Catholic schools.
Are they enforcing it, or are they implementing it?
They're promoting it.
How are you? Well, forcing it.
You're going to put the 10 Commandments in a classroom, and not all those students adhere to that religion.
Well, remember,
that religion, that 10 Commandments stem from the Catholic religion.
Right.
It doesn't stem
Christianity.
Yeah, it doesn't stem from anything else. So at the end of the day, any other religion. So it's like, why are you basically telling these children, right? Obey the 10 Commandments. Who are you?
But no one's forcing and no one's telling.
It's not that, but if they're in the classroom, right, and the child's reading it, the child's going to understand it and interpret it, and they can decide.
It's called brainwashing, but that's been.
I don't think it's brainwashing.
Of course
I just think you're trying to make me. You're trying to make me or my child, I should say, conform to something that you don't even know, because you don't ask every child that walks into your classroom what religion do you practice.
No, absolutely.
You know what I mean? So at the end of the day,
but it's
unfortunately, it's taking away from your rights, the Bill of Rights under the federal government, and it sucks. It really sucks.
They're just giving options because they're not forcing anybody. They're not implementing part of the curriculum. They're just including it. Do you remember when you were a kid and you had to stand up for the Pledge of Allegiance?
I don't recall because I went to Catholic school, so I only recall praying.
Okay, so you prayed because it was a Catholic school,
correct?
Right?
Correct.
So,
I prayed in
but see, it wasn't a choice because you were forced to go to Catholic school.
I wasn't forced to go to Catholic school. That's number one. Number one, I wasn't forced.
You wanted to go?
No, I didn't have a choice because just like when we're born, guess what? The decision of our genitalia and the description of that genitalia has already been embedded from years ago. Okay. We don't have a choice, right? We don't decide You know what?
I like to see
My
this
daughter,
comparison.
my child was born, and automatically it's a girl. And here comes the pink hat in the hospital. The name that I chose, that I have, it's something that stems from my parents, right?
Mhm.
It's not something that I chose. So as a child, we don't have a say because our mindsets are not prepared, right? So we can't tell our parents at the age of what, 5, 6, from when I was placed in school, I don't want to go to Catholic school because I didn't even know I was in Catholic school. I didn't even know I was practicing, Catholicism.
So what happened as you got older?
As I got older, I understood, right? But I was already there. I didn't have a problem with it.
Okay.
I didn't have a problem with it. Now, once I became older, right? And older, I made a decision. I consider myself a Catholic, but guess what I don't do? I don't walk into a building and pray. Where do I pray? In my sacred space, right? I pray and I have my conversations with God. I don't have to sit in a church where I'm sure there, in my opinion, there are a lot of hypocritical people, right?
Wait, the Catholic Church is hypocritical?
The people. It's not the Catholic Church. It's the people.
Well, the people that represent the Catholic Church.
Right now, over here in Florida, in a Catholic church, a woman went up.
You will get like
a woman went up
to
get the communion, and the priest said, "Have you confessed?" And she said, "It's none of your business." And he didn't want to give her the communion, so she left. She came back for the next mass, and it was him again. And he said, "Did you confess?" She said, "Again, it's none of your business." And he didn't want to give her the communion. And then she went to grab it from him, right? She went to grab it, and then he grabbed her, and she bit him, and she got arrested. My thing with the church is this: at the end of the day, any church, right? We could all go to church and we could worship. I'll worship 24 hours, but you know what? Let it be on my time, on my space, and the way I want to. No one's gonna dictate. I understand we have a Bible. I understand we have stories.
You understand?
But guess what? That Bible is interpreted by whomever reads it, in my opinion.
Oh, it's been interpreted over the centuries, dozens of times. But
keep the cookie. Biden is a dementia
I want
racist.
the why.
We're getting to the comments now.
Because there's a process.
In all religion, the people are all the hypocrites. Hypocrites are
There's
people.
a process when you get the, you go to church and get the sacrament. You're supposed to confess before you get that sacrament.
I know. Right. I understand that.
But
I don't give a shit about that.
But
I walk into church, and if I want to get the communion, I'm going to get the communion, and I don't give a shit.
Yeah, but
you know what? Because I can confess to God every day, every hour.
But you're not understanding. You're
on my higher power.
You're going into this establishment. This establishment has a set of rules.
I know.
And if you don't want to abide by their rules, they have every right to say no.
But I also have a right to privacy. Have a right to privacy.
Absolutely.
So at the end of the day, nobody should be asking me if I confessed or not.
Right. So, but if you don't answer that question, that's the process.
I've never, in all my years of going to a Catholic church, ever heard of a priest asking every person
that
who has gone to communion, have you confessed? But that's some new shit going on.
Well, it's not new shit.
That makes me not even want to even visit the church.
It's displayed now on social media because everybody has a fucking camera. No. So that's what that is. But before,
I like the wine too, Melvin. I used to love the wine. I think I went up there like a couple of times just for the wine.
Yeah, alcoholics usually like wine.
I love wine. No, alcohol is not like wine. Alcohol is wine. They use the regular wine.
What you just told me?
No, because you didn't do it right the first time. That's why I had to do it myself.
When it comes to that,
click on it and press stop.
In my opinion, when it comes to religion, at the end of the day, everybody has a right to practice whatever they want to practice.
Absolutely.
Whatever they want to practice it.
But they
however they want to practice
then that's completely fine. But if you can't just go into a church and practice the way you want to practice, they have an established process. If you don't like the way they do it, don't enter. Go somewhere else or do it on your own time or whatever the case may be. But those are the things that happen. So, but there's never been a separation of church and state. There has never.
Where's the Bill of Rights?
No, I'm not talking. It's written.
Oh.
But in reality, there has never been a separation of church and state.
Because you cannot make a law. You cannot make a law with that entanglement. You understand what I'm saying?
That's what they tell you.
That's what they tell you, but it's not the reality.
Tell me a law.
No, it's not. It's not about a law.
It is.
Listen, Rome has so much
You're
political
taking me to a
influence.
country that
I
I've never
am,
been to,
but
that I don't know nothing
where
about.
you're
Only about the fact that they will get into, like, I think the Tower of Pisa. What is it called? Not even the tower. What's the small one called? An arena where they fight.
The Colosseum.
Eso mismo.
You mean this?
See?
Right here.
Ese mismo.
Right.
That's all I know about.
But there's
Rome.
never been a separation of religion and state. They commingle. They are a hierarchy.
No.
They're a part of
I
that
don't know if
1%.
you know that the federal government does not give any money to the church. You know that the federal government doesn't give any money to Catholic schools.
Right. Do you
That's-
know
that's-
that
there's no
do you know that
entanglement.
religions don't pay any taxes? Why do you think
Yeah,
that?
because-
Because they have an agreement.
Well, no, because there's no entanglement. You can't have any entanglement.
Right. You can't have
There's an
it.
agreement.
You can't have an agreement. You
There's an
can't.
agreement.
What agreement?
If you research it, when the government was first formed, they used to consult with the churches first,
And they still do.
and they still
Just
do.
because they
Just
don't
because it's
publicize
working,
it.
Yeah, they still consult, because remember too, the people in the churches vote.
That's the Catholic church. Not all churches will ask you that. Confession is a personal decision. You're right, and not all churches also have communion.
Oh, I understand
So,
that. But but the thing, because it says it in the Bill of Rights by these men that put it in decades ago, that is not the reality at this point. The Bill of Rights was a vision by these men that created these laws, right? These laws, you can make any law. Unless you enforce the law means nothing. It's just ink on a piece of paper. And throughout the years and decades, religion and state have commingled. Absolutely.
When?
What do you?
Give me an
Wait,
example.
no.
Give me
I'm
an
gonna give you-
example. I want an example.
I'm
When
gonna
have religion and the states commingled?
I'm gonna give you an example. Saudi Arabia, very religious.
You're talking to me about another
Oh, but
country.
you want me to give
I'm
you
in
an
the
example?
But I'm in the United States. I'm not in fucking Saudi
And who do you
Arabia.
think? Where's the Catholic Church based at?
I don't care about.
But that's where they get their. That's where they get their
I want to
benefit.
know here in the states.
There is no. Okay, let's go with Catholics, right? Catholic churches.
I want to know.
Catholic churches. We're
It's
gonna go
one
with.
question. It's
Okay, I
just one
am.
question.
Catholic churches get their instruction from where? Where do they get their directives
From the archdiocese.
Where does the archdiocese
From the
get?
Pope
And where does the Pope live?
in Rome.
Right. It is completely different country.
You tested all of my history knowledge. I'm like, wait a second.
It comes-
I hate history, but it doesn't. But I understand that.
It comes
I'm talking
from
about
there.
In the states, where do you see the entanglement of religion and the states?
You're not gonna see it because they smoke and mirrors.
Pero you
They
just
can't.
said-
They can't publicize
But
it.
you're saying it's somewhere embedded.
Oh,
somewhere.
absolutely, it's embedded. It's embedded for sure. How is it that
Why are you screaming at me? I'm right here.
I was screaming?
You're
You
screaming-
said, "Oh, I'm
you're
doing the
turning-
Cuban thing."
You're,
I'm
you're
doing the
using the Cuban
thing.
side. Just lower your
How
voice.
is it? How is it? Okay, let's give you an example.
Pepita, take some
They
water.
pay. They
Pepita,
you know
take
what?
some water.
They pay no taxes, right? How did that come about, right? You got to question that. There had to be an.
But it's not just the Catholic Church that doesn't pay any taxes.
I'm
It's
not saying
across the
all.
board.
It's all religions. So
It's
how
across the
how did that come about? That the religious.
Because they're self-sufficient.
No, they're not self-sufficient.
What do you
Absolutely
think?
not.
The federal government doesn't give them money. They're
I understand that
self-sufficient.
the federal government doesn't give them money, but when does the government not tax anyone? They tax you when they can tax you. Well, how did it come about that in any religious aspect they are exempt from federal taxes? There had to have been a sit down between government and religion to come to that conclusion. They had to come to some agreement. It just doesn't fart in the
But
wind.
at the end of the day, there is not supposed to be a law
I understand.
with the entanglement between the states.
Right. That's what the Bill of Rights. The Bill of Rights is
That's
very outdated.
That's all I'm saying.
Very outdated. Very,
Really?
absolutely
But
outdated.
that's what gives us our rights. That's where we get freedom of speech, freedom of the press. We get the right to privacy.
We have freedom of
And then you
speech
got,
and
'cause
freedom
remember,
of press.
You got the Constitution, and then you got the state
I
Constitution.
understand. We have freedom of speech and freedom of press to a certain extent.
Why do you say that?
Because there are people that have spoken, and if at the time the climate, what you
I'm gonna
say,
ask you for an example.
but we've
Come with receipts. Come with receipts because I want a receipt.
but we've known from past history that it's not really true. That you have freedom of speech, freedom of what was the other one you said?
Freedom of the press and
Freedom of the press.
freedom of assembly.
How many?
You gotta study the Bill of Rights. You really don't know.
I don't need to study the Bill of Rights because it's not really valuable at this
then
point.
you don't know what your rights are.
Like,
as an individual and as a human, you
So-
don't. You have to read you need to read your Bill of Rights.
I'm gonna give you an example.
So that's federal, and then you need to read your state.
I'm gonna give you a
rights.
perfect example, and I'm gonna go back to Sam Crow, right? Segregation. So we had the Black Panther movement.
Don't
right?
talk to me about. I don't.
Listen, I
know
want
about
you.
that
No,
stuff.
I want you. But you've heard of the Black Panther. You've heard of Martin Luther King. You've heard of
Yeah.
Malcolm X.
Yeah.
Right? Freedom of assembly.
Yeah. And
There's
they
been-
did. As
right.
long as you do it peacefully.
Right. They
'Cause
have.
you can't incite.
All right. So, but there have been many occasions and
What happened?
Nothing, I'm just looking.
Oh.
there have been many instances where in these leaders they have assembled and peacefully, and there've been riots, there've been a lot of things that have happened, and they've never incited.
Mm-hmm.
The Ku Klux Klan, you tell me, when have they ever assembled and have been prohibited, or there has been a riot?
I don't know because I've never read anything.
There
about
really
the
hasn't been
Ku Klux
any
Klan.
instances with the KKK that when they assemble and they march and they protest, not only do they get escorted by law enforcement, they are permitted to do so.
You're talking to me about a time where
but it doesn't matter the time.
Listen, as far as the Ku Klux Klan, I know what they're about, et cetera, et cetera. I'm talking about today. I am not talking about that.
It still happens now.
Well, I know. Right now they were in Washington and they were defacing monuments, right? In support of the Palestinians, right? And at the end of the day, guess what? If they incited a riot, and I don't know because I only saw brief articles and I didn't read the articles, so I only saw the titles, right? So I do know that occurred, and I want to say that occurred either yesterday or the day before. But in any event, I don't know if anybody got arrested. But your rights within your state and federal constitution are very important. I'm just telling you, read them, because a lot of those rights are rights of an individual, right? We got due process. I know you know about due process, right? And you know that we have all these rights when it comes to an officer approaching us.
Right.
Right? There's so many things.
But how many violations of officers do you see now?
Right now, Massey.
Massive. Massive.
I said Massey.
Oh, Massey, that
Sonia
one.
Massey.
And you
Right?
know that police officer has been hired by 5 other police departments?
Now?
Yes, after the whole thing in Massey, he was hired.
How is he hired if he's facing criminal charges?
Well, they pulled up his record. He went.
You mean he got hired after not
Yes.
after?
Well, I don't know
Because
what it
he's
was.
not
No,
working.
those were his prior jobs.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
He's even
He's
a vet.
arrested. He's facing
Yeah.
charges. Yeah, he was arrested. And he's not facing he could be facing he's not facing murder with intent. He's facing reckless indifference. to life.
There are different levels. So let's get.
There's 4 different types of murders.
No, I'm not talking about. We're not getting into that. Okay.
Dark Side, he's the
innocent.
oldest mafia.
But so listen, we have.
Jim Crow.
Yeah, it's
Sam
Jim
Crow
Crow,
is
not
from
Sam Crow.
Sons of Anarchy.
Yeah, Sons of Anarchy. But I was thinking of the era. So we had a couple of years ago we had the whole BLM thing, right? And a lot of places BLM went left really bad. And a lot of times the protesters weren't inciting anything, but because of the volatility and how emotions were,
Well, it's
things
not just inciting. It's like first of all, if you're
I didn't
burning,
finish my thought.
no, but if you're burning to facing, that's
But you're not
you
listening.
can't do that.
You're not listening. I said, in many instances, it did go left, but I am trying to reiterate there were mostly peaceful demonstrations and marches, and even within those, things got out of hand because obviously emotions are really raging. Now you have another situation where you have another group, the Proud Boys. The Proud Boys in different areas of the United States marched. And not marched just like anything. They were armed to the teeth, walking down streets.
But you're in a state where you have the right to bear arms. You have that right.
So
at the end of the day, you're not inciting anything. If I'm walking down the street with my gun out, I'm not inciting anything.
But you're not understanding. I just said that there were plenty of instances where BLM protesters were marching peacefully, right? And the emotions of whatever were happening at the moment, things went left in a lot of those marches that were peaceful. In no instance were any of these Proud Boy groups, because there were several, was there anything that went left, that nothing was volatile, that, there was a gunfire, there was a gunfight. None of it happened.
There were a lot involved when they overtook the Capitol, and a lot of
That's a completely different story.
And a lot of them got arrested and they got charged.
That's completely different.
By the way, what Trump is going to do as soon as he gets, if he gets elected, okay, if he gets elected and he becomes the next president, guess who's getting pardoned? All of those individuals.
Oh, absolutely.
He's can't pardon himself.
Yes, they can.
He cannot pardon himself.
Go ahead.
All of the individuals that were arrested,
right? They can ask for clemency.
in relation to the riot of the Capitol.
Yeah,
he's gonna pardon them, and it's not gonna get. They don't even have to ask for.
But didn't what is it? The Supreme Court just said that if he gets to presidency, he's convicted of how many felonies? 30 plus, right? 34, right? And then he can still become president of the United States, but he can't vote for himself. Right, which is hilarious.
That's another thing
that's just hilarious.
It's
but
so wild.
The Supreme Court there's this pass that he is immune to all the charges. Basically,
no. He's immune from any activity while in relation to office. Mm-hmm. So he thinks that based on the Supreme Court's decision that in this criminal case, he's going to be able to get the charges dropped, right? The conviction overturned, let's say. And that's not going to happen because it has to be in relation to your official duties. And what he did was not in relation to his official duties. It's in relation to his personal duties.
Okay, he got convicted of all of his business practices in New York.
Correct. So he's not going to be able to get that overturned. He's not. I don't think.
But he's never going to see a day of jail time.
You never know because I read that the judge that's on this case he's very, 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 very
Anthony.
strict.
Most of Biden's administration are not felons. Let's get a little crazy there.
At the end of the day,
his son isn't his son the felon now?
Correct.
Yeah, his son is a felon.
No, not Biden's. Here's my thing.
Most Congress are felons.
I don't think
they act like them.
Honestly, that's where the unfairness comes in, right? Because I know someone personally and dear to me who has a felony on their record. And the fact that they have a felony on their record impedes them from the career, from their future. Mm-hmm. And this person has gone above and beyond, even has served our country. He went to war, not once, but twice. But he can't vote, okay? He also has a certificate of relief of disabilities, which he shouldn't be discriminated by any prospective employment or employer. And guess what? Guess what they tell him? Fuck you and the horse you ride on.
Absolutely.
You have a felony. I'm passionate about that. That shit pisses me off. Because at the end of the day, people make mistakes. Things happen in life, right? There's some that should be locked up forever. They should be castrated. They should be whatever. Murdered, whatever. Eye for an eye, I'm all about that life. But at the end of the day, those that unfortunately make a decision, especially early on in life, and you basically rehabilitate, and you're not a recidivist, so you don't repeat your actions.
You actually show
that shit is bullshit to me. And the fact that we're gonna put a president who was a felon, right? And it's a white collar crime. It's a white collar
That's
crime.
why they're not.
But you know what? You mean to tell me he doesn't have to fucking jump hoops and loops to fucking become a president? But then everybody else who has a felony record, who is rehabilitated, who has not been a repeat offender, that person can't get that chance.
Let me ask you something.
That's fucking crazy.
Let me ask you something.
That's some bullshit to me.
What would you think if Barack Obama was convicted of a felony?
Oh, he'll be asked out. They would.
Just because he was black.
It's not even that. He'll just be. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
I mean, he'll be asked out.
The stigma of that,
it's stupid.
He wouldn't even be considered. Nope, absolutely not.
It doesn't register to me. I'm like, really? You have all these individuals out in this world who, yes, they're convicted felons, right? And at the end of the day, they have rehabilitated. You know what I mean? And you can't give them a chance. That's some
You have to know people, just like Lil Wayne.
That's some bullshit.
What is
about
it? Lil Wayne, Kodak Black.
What about?
No, Lil Wayne got his. If I'm correct, right? He got his stuff with the gun charges and everything. Trump. Hold on. He got pardoned by Trump. So did Kodak Black. Was it Kodak Black also? Yeah. So again, we don't have the power. We are to be perceived. We are in the system where our perception.
Unfortunately, the color of your skin plays a huge
Absolutely.
role. The color of your skin plays a huge role. The country or the state you come from plays a huge role.
Yep.
So it's not that it's a black and white thing. It's just a who you are thing, right? Because we're all human beings.
It's a mindset
We're all
thing.
human beings. Because I can tell you this. Unfortunately, the attack on the LGBTQ community, it's an issue. It's an issue to me. Why? Because I have,
Yo
I
soy
have a
una princesa.
I have a loud and proud fucking daughter who is gay, okay? And at the end of the day, she's a fucking human being. And I'll
Absolutely.
be damned if anybody's gonna come to me and tell me my daughter's life is worthless.
Well, that's the
Because
biggest
that's
issue.
that's what people are doing when we're attacking. And I say we because it's not just. I mean, I'm not saying me myself personally because I don't try to do that. At least I don't do that so that anybody, not whether you're black, white, Chinese, Russian, I don't care where you're from. You're a human being. You have a life. And at the end of the day, for people to attack people because they're human, that just stresses me the fuck out. It stresses me the fuck out.
Well,
really does.
Well, if everybody would see each other as a human being, we wouldn't have
Anthony,
these problems.
Spanish lives, unfortunately, individuals who are Hispanic.
Oh, we are absolutely,
We
yeah.
are targeted. We are targeted. We are targeted. You may not think so, but we are definitely minorities.
We are minority.
We are minorities,
Mind you-
and we get targeted.
Mind you, population-wise, we are the majority. If
We're
you
the
grew-
majority,
but we don't hold the power.
minority, but we're the
We don't hold the
minority.
power. We just don't hold the power. That's why I was trying to tell you. There's different levels because of the color of your skin or how things are perceived, and it's just that's what I'm saying. The Bill of Rights, while it was intended for everyone, it's not.
There's nothing.
Because-
There's nothing that's across the board for everyone.
Oh,
that's
that's
just the truth.
Again,
the truth
it's
of the matter is,
it's the
the truth of the
enforcement.
matter is, it stems from this. It stems from, yes, the color of your skin, your education, right? Because if you're uneducated, unfortunately, I know that there are white people that discriminate against white people because they're like, you're trailer trash.
Trailer trash.
You're trailer trash, right? So it's a lot of things. It's not, and nothing is across the board. You have just some people that get more preference, more respect, right, and more equality
Just
than
because of
others.
just because of
And
color
it
skin.
stems from certain. Yeah, it
You
stems.
see, can I say something though? Anthony's saying blacks have more rights than Spanish, but here's my perspective. I don't even think it's a race thing. I think it's a caste system thing, because there are people that are black that are in power, but there's no Hispanics that are
Right, because they have
in those
education.
seats.
Because they have
So,
education.
Of course, comments like what Anthony's saying is going to come out.
No,
But it's because of the caste system. Now, if there were more Latins, I'm not even going to use the word Latins, more Spanish people that
Hispanics or
had
whatever.
power and were more rich and were putting money into the community, that might change. But if we don't, and we don't put ourselves in position, we're not going to have, the minds change like Anthony's, where he says black people have more power than Spanish
Right,
people.
and what social media does, or what the media does, is they put it out there. They divide us.
Correct.
They make a division between races.
Correct.
They try as
Correct.
soon as
The
an issue
media-
shows up,
Yeah.
they try to make it about race.
I get
all
so
the
upset
time.
when I read articles like that.
All
when
the
I read
time.
articles and they're like a black woman, a white man, a black woman,
And
a white man.
but let me tell
My
you
thing
something.
is this: why can't we just describe a person as a human being?
Right,
A
but-
human being killed another human being.
Yeah, but that's not the way they want the system to work. And let me tell you whose fault is that? That's our fault.
Oh, of course.
It's our fault because we fall for it. We
Yeah.
fall for it. Look at the Hasidic community in so many states. They are they provide within themselves. They are a community within
Let's become
a
like the
bigger
Amish.
community.
The Amish don't know anything else going on in the world.
The
other than what's in
Hasidic,
their
listen,
community.
the Hasidic community takes all the benefits from the government that they can. Mind you, they have hundreds of businesses, LLCs. They know the system. Just like Trump said on SNL, right? Oh, you don't pay your, they accused him, you don't pay your taxes. What did he respond? Change the tax law. But you won't. You know why? Because you and all your friends use the same laws that I do. And because it benefits them, they will not change it. At the end of the day, the root of it all is money. The power. That's where it comes from. You got that 1%. That's what I was saying. Saudi Arabia, all these, they're the puppet masters. They control everything. Soros and BlackRock and all these other entities. They run it. And they use the media as an influencer, a divider of things. That's why I say our vote doesn't count. It really doesn't. Because they're already influencing people.
Can I tell you a population of people that are not taxed by the federal government?
Midgets?
Indigenous
Right.
individuals, the indigenous tribes,
Right.
they are not taxed. They control their own little world.
Yeah, but how little is their world now?
Their world is big.
Their world is
Because
very small.
they're in different states. They're not just in one
Oh,
state.
I
They're all
understand
over
that.
the
But
world.
compared to what they had?
Well, they had little, but but then once you went in that tribe, you can't come out. You're in there,
Right.
and you can't come out. But I think they don't get taxed by the federal.
Yeah, they don't get taxed, but they're also they also have a high drug addiction population.
I don't know about
Yeah, alcoholism.
That's been from day one.
Yeah.
Because that's how they raise spirits.
that. I don't know about that.
Nelson, stop.
What are you gonna say?
What was I was gonna say? What Aaron Rodgers went. He had he went to take that trip and you drink that.
Let's talk about the Mets.
All right,
Nobody
the
wants
show is
to.
canceled.
No one wants to talk about the Mets.
The show is canceled.
It's 2 freaking games. Relax yourself. It's just the freaking Mets. Oh my God.
Let's talk about the Mets.
No.
They beat the Yankees twice.
Woo!
And now they think they're gonna
They won the World
Now
Series.
they won the World
Oh.
But they've been on top even before they
They
won the
haven't
World
played.
Series.
They haven't won the World Series.
I said even before they won this series.
They haven't won the series yet. The series.
There was 2 games that were just played in
Yes,
the
I understand
series, and they won that, both of them.
Don't they play? Don't they have a 3-game
No,
series?
that was
Oh, they're
then.
going. No, they had
That
a.
was then. This is now. The 2 games.
Wow.
You don't even know
A
about
series, no, a series is 3 or more.
Where's
okay?
Boricua Papi? Boricua Papi, come up here and
not the second
laugh.
series. They changed it to 2. Next year, they changed it back to 3 games.
Yeah, that's a series. It's always
Yeah,
3 or
but
more.
Not the past 3-4 years.
Oh, they just had
They
back to
made it
back.
2.
You know why, right? Money.
Well, that's why they switching it to
They
3.
switch back and forth.
To
That's
see.
what it is.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Money? I don't know, but the games that I've gone to see, they've all been jam packed.
Wait, what games have you gone to see? What
I
games?
went to see.
What games in your experience have you gone to see?
Did we not go to the Yankee game? The other
You
day?
said games plural.
I went to the Yankee game.
Who'd they play?
I think it's the Marlins. I don't remember.
Wow.
I wasn't there for the other
Mia,
season.
where did we go?
Tampa Bay.
Oh my God!
Right, Tampa Bay.
Uh huh.
Okay.
What's the name
Tampa
of the
Bay.
team?
I don't know.
The Rays.
Tampa Bay Rays. I don't care. I was there for
Yes,
the Yankees.
Miss Baseball. Yes, Miss Baseball.
I was there for the Yankees.
Yes.
I
We
only
were all
went-
there for the Yankees.
Yes.
And now you want to bash them.
No, I'm not bashing them.
Yeah, you did. Let's
I-
go Mets.
I was born a Met fan, and I'm gonna die a Met fan. And I don't care if they're
Then you-
losing or winning, but my heart is with the Mets. I have to, because I have no other choice. Because my husband is
You-
a Yankee fan.
You have a choice.
I have to also support them somewhat, which is why I go to their games.
Mm-hmm.
It's okay.
Yeah, because the Mets don't come down here. No one wants to see the Mets. That's all.
It's okay. It's okay. Why don't the Mets come down here?
They
They did come down here.
They come
They're
here.
playing Miami.
But the thing is,
Right, Marlins. They
yeah,
play the
they
Marlins.
play the Marlins.
They play
but
the Marlins.
when the Yankees come into town, that is buku money.
I just listen. Sports,
That's what it is.
When it comes down to sports, across the board, in my opinion, there's no other career in this world that I know of that is the best thing other than being an athlete.
Oh, absolutely.
You get paid for doing what you love, like really love.
Absolutely.
And then the thing is, you don't even play all year long.
No.
But the time that you do play, you get that
Why
money.
you think everybody...
And then you get that money, and that money is like...
Why you think...
It's a contract for years, so you basically already know, like, I'm...
It's winning lotto.
Money.
Why do you think
That shit is, like, amazing.
every kid, every athlete that I've coached, stick with it. Like, you don't know where you're going to go with it.
We won last month. We did win last month.
Do you know who that is?
David Rivera? No.
Oh.
Who's that?
If you're gonna take his comment, at least say hi to him.
I don't know who he is. I'm sure he's related to, not related, but friends with Nelson, or maybe he's just a follower. I don't know.
I don't know.
Well, hi, David. I'm sorry, I was being rude. Who?
That's my cousin.
Oh, this is your cousin? Oh, hi. Oh, you see? I'm meeting a new cousin of yours online for the first time. Small world. Hey, cousin. I like, hey, cousin. No, I don't know.
He's Mommy Tanya's cousin.
Mommy Tanya's cousin. Mommy Tanya's cousin, so then he's your cousin. Well, he's not technically your cousin, but...
By blood, yeah, but...
No, but he's not technically your cousin if that's her cousin.
It's my cousin.
But he's family.
God, come on, you know Puerto
He's
Ricans.
family. I got
like
cousins that are not even blood.
Los primos en primen and all this other stuff.
Oh, shit.
Come
Wow.
on, that's all it is.
Wow.
Listen, if I can do it all over again,
What would you do?
when I was younger, I played football. And I wish I would have had...
You would have been a quarterback.
No, absolutely not.
Well, you would have been.
I would have played defense. I didn't have to...
Why? You not big. You small.
Oh, shit.
Quarterback, you small. You need to, like, don't you, right?
First of all...
Wow.
Yo, wait, hold on. Let me pull out my hair. Let me cook right now because he's talking about football.
Wow.
Hold on. Let's go. Wait a minute. Hold on.
No, but you're
No.
small. Aren't quarterbacks supposed to be small?
No, absolutely
Quarterbacks
not.
are big.
Quarterbacks should be tall. They should be 6'5" and up. That's
A quarterback should be. But...
So they can see
Most of the
line.
yeah.
Okay,
You guys.
so what is Eli Manning?
Eli's like 6'6".
No, but what is he?
Quarterback.
But he's small.
No, he's
in
not.
comparison to
No.
all the other football
Absolutely not. Let me
players.
break.
Don't you need to? You're small, so
Let
you
me
would just-
break something down to you. First of all,
Here we go.
small positions: wide receiver, running back, defensive
So then,
back,
do
and
that.
linebacker.
Do
Well, if you would have let me finish my story and not interrupted me, right? So in high school, I played football. I played on the defensive side. I played linebacker. I played defensive back, and I didn't go to college for it. I didn't have the support for it. But I played very well because what I lacked in physical ability, mentally I knew the game inside and out, just like I know
So
it
why
now.
didn't you become a football coach?
Well, I have over the years, but it's more of an opportunity. You have to get an in. But I remember I didn't start coaching till member.
Bring in the
So I didn't start coaching till what, mid-30s? I started coaching. I started coaching football because I got hurt.
This is when I need the button that says Viejo.
Viejo. So I didn't. I wish if I would have had the opportunity and a support system back then, I think I would have been not even playing, but at least to the point, because I played semi-pro for a couple of years, but these guys got bigger, faster, stronger, and at that point I was
Can you
like,
get to the point? So if you want to become a quarterback.
no, nobody wants to be a quarterback. I didn't want to be a quarterback.
I'm not defensive lineman.
No, linebacker, defensive back.
All right.
But
so if you would
I
have
would
done
have
it there.
I would have at least played in college.
Uh-huh.
I would have played in college, and being in that network would have probably led to me going, coaching somewhere. Like
Okay.
that's how I ended up. I coached softball, I coached baseball. I ended up doing it in college.
Did you
basketball.
play softball?
I play softball with my company, but not in.
But not in
No,
school,
my
right?
like organized. I played basketball and football growing up, but I knew the sports. But that's why I'm saying mentally, I understand the games. And football, if I would have been in that network, I would have probably been in some type of coaching.
Athletes got the best job, and it's not even a job. I'm not going to call it a job because it's what they love to do, and it's a talent that they have.
Well, it's something that you love to do. Like,
It's
unfortunately,
interesting that she says that because I was watching a podcast. I'm not going to say the name. Where
Why?
they have athletes.
Why are you not going to say the name?
Where they have athletes on there.
Up in smoke?
One of the athletes,
all the smoke.
I think that's what it is, had said, "I never loved this game. I just had the talent."
Right.
and they paid me for it.
It's a way out. First of all,
Yeah.
it's a way out. Who the hell
Hi,
wants
Jacob.
to work? Who the hell wants to work 9 to 5? I don't. I'm lucky I work 4 days.
And I think that was his.
But who wants to work 9 to
That
5?
was his thing. That was his thing. Like, I didn't want to go to a boss, but in my mind, I'm like, you're still going to a boss if you're playing that. But then again, you make 6 figures and better.
Oh,
so-
absolutely.
Yeah, but when you're an athlete, this is what I can tell you. Well, not that I can because I don't know, but from what I know, the issue with one of the issues with being an athlete is
You get all the hoes.
the time that you have to put in to practice,
Yeah.
right? Then you're traveling, so you're away from your family, and at the end of the day, you know, your life,
Yo, Jacob.
your life is not even your life because other people are calling the shots for you.
Yeah.
Other people, it's either you're gonna do this or you can't.
Well, it's a sacrifice if you want to. If you
Yeah.
want to be
So everything
elite.
comes and that's when you were like, oh, who wants a 9 to 5, right?
But who wants a 9 to
the fuck
5?
wants to be? But who the fuck wants to be like with a coach, an assistant coach, and that one and this one, and then you have to work out like 12 hours a day, 7 days a week, and then you have to get on planes every 5 minutes and da da da. Like that's
Yeah,
a lot.
that's fine.
Then when you off the sport, you have a team that handles your endorsement, your management.
Absolutely.
You gotta follow
It's a
them.
But you understand the lifestyle that you begin. That you're not waking up at 4:30 in the morning, working and traveling for an hour to work 9 to 5, come home,
But
and
you're
you're
waking
not.
up at 4:30 in the morning to get your stuff
You're not-
ready,
wait, I ain't
to
finished.
get on a plane, to go.
That's
to
fine.
this,
I ain't
to go
playing.
to that.
I'm not paying for that plane ticket. I get everything I need.
How do you know?
All my they don't pay nothing.
How do you know?
What do you mean? How do I know? You do. You don't get nothing. You get all the
Doesn't
equipment.
team
You
own
get
the-
nothing.
The team owns the plane or something like
Yeah, most teams have their own. Look at the WNBA. Just now, they were traveling commercial.
You're screaming again.
I'm not screaming.
You're screaming.
that? That's
That's
the
good.
passion of sport.
And then, that's when you're gonna see that. And then all of a sudden, most of the WNBA teams are traveling private because of due to Caitlin Clark's popularity.
You think it was just her?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. But that's a topic for another day.
I don't know. I know you keep saying that it's just because of her, because of her.
It is because before that, no one was talking about the WNBA.
I'm sure that people were talking
No,
about it. It
they
just wasn't
weren't.
at the forefront. as it
No,
is now.
absolutely not. The revenue stream from the WNBA jumped 350%.
He's super freaking always emotional.
I'm passionate, but I'm sorry. It's who wants to wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning, travel an hour, work 9 to 5 for crap money, and then have to do it for 40 or 50 years, and you don't like it to pay bills, and then when you
speak for yourself, because I like to get up
you're one
in
of
the
the
morning and I love going to work and I love staying there at work.
We
And
know
I
this.
love working overtime, and I don't get paid for my overtime all the time, but it all depends.
but you enjoy.
But it all depends. There are people.
You are the minority.
How do you know?
You
that?
are the minority. Really?
How do you know that?
You want to do a poll? Let's do a poll.
Listen,
I'm gonna
because-
do a poll.
But you gotta understand that there's a difference between a job and a career, right?
Mhm.
When you, in my opinion, when you have a job, it's just because you need that.
And most people
Right?
have jobs.
It's not what you desire. It's not what you want, where you want to be. But it's not your career. I have a career, and I say it's my career. You know why? Because it's the only thing I've known since I was 16 years old.
Wow,
that's
that's
it.
like 60 years of.
Oh my God.
Wow.
Wow. In any event, it's all I've known since I
Look,
was 16 years
Sonia
old.
don't like to work at all. She hates working.
Yeah, well, but
Well,
it depends on what you do.
Most people,
you know what
yeah,
I mean?
but most people, the majority of people,
Like, I don't
like
consider
what they
what
do.
I do work. I go
But that's
to
you.
work. I go to work, right? I go to work, and I do have a job, but it's my career.
Most of the people that might.
And I'm not working to pay my bills. Yeah, I need to pay my bills, but it's not like, you know, it's not a job. It's just it's what I love to do.
If you were to go into your office and have a meeting and say, okay, what would you like to be doing instead of what you're doing now? I bet you, besides you and maybe someone else, they would pick something else than what they're doing at the moment.
Well, you can ask me that question. I can tell you, yes, I would want to be doing something else, and I know what else I would want to do.
What would you be doing?
Suntan at the beach.
She does that now.
No.
What would you be doing?
I would like to be. I want a chain of clubs and bars and strippers. No. No.
I looked at you with like 4 eyes and like, really?
No, I would want to be an entrepreneur in an industry where I can expand and I can go worldwide.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so yes.
Guess what allows you to do that?
What?
Sports.
Well, no.
Yes, it does.
I said entrepreneur.
But what do you think most of these athletes, the smart athletes, they have the money. You have the money. You working 9 to 5 isn't going to do that. You have to work 9 to 5. Then you got to have
But here's the thing.
And you have to have a side hustle.
But here's the truth of the matter. The truth of the matter is, judges got it good because judges don't work 9 to 5. Judges make their own. And they get paid. And they get paid.
Congress, judges, all of them.
No.
Free health care for the rest of their lives. All presidents get a stipend, health care, all of them.
Right. But again, in order for you to make money, you have to hustle. Right? So you're saying
if you want to be an entrepreneur.
There are a lot of people just in general, a lot of people have money, right? And it's like you don't want to work a 9 to 5. But you know what? People that have money, they don't work 9 to 5. They don't work 8 hours. You know how many hours they work? 12. 15, 24.
In the beginning.
No. All the time. The time. With the exception of actors, right? With the exception of actors, because actors are when their role is either in a movie or their role is in a show, except for them. But everyone else, if you're a newscaster, right? If you're a news reporter and there's a fucking storm coming, guess where you at? 24 hours.
Right.
Right? And they make money, right? But at the end of the day, in order for you to really get the fruits of your labor, it has to be more than a 9 to 5.
Oh, absolutely.
It has to be more than a 9 to 5.
Absolutely. It's
never going to be, I want to work 4 hours and that's it.
But most people do not enjoy what they're doing.
You're right. Don't. I'm not disputing that. I'm not disputing, but most people don't because
yes, Sonia, I'd rather be on vacation. My goal is to be on vacation once a month.
I can't be on vacation all the time. I could be on vacation, but I can't be on vacation all the time.
What would you rather be doing than be on vacation?
What the fuck am I gonna do if I'm
Why
on
you
vacation
gotta curse
all the
him?
time? But what am I gonna do if I'm like
I asked you
vacation?
a question.
What is vacation? That's number one. Let's define vacation.
All right, so let's define vacation as
let's define the vacation.
say you take a week and you go somewhere in the world. You have the ability to go once a month.
I have that ability to do that once a month.
You can? You can go really?
No. You know I have a lot of vacation time.
No.
Because I don't take vacation.
Do you have the money to do that?
If I could, if I do it smart, right? There's a way you could go on vacation. Mm-hmm. I know someone who goes on vacation and they go out of the country.
And they on Section 8.
But they do it. No,
their rent is $200.
Yeah. They're not on Section 8, but I can tell you this, they don't have a steady job, right? But they go on a budget. So you could do that. It all depends. You know what I mean? Remember, when you fly consistently, what do you get back? Points. My son just booked a trip. And guess what? His flight was free. Why? Because he uses his card to pay for stuff. And then
you get points. Absolutely.
And then from the points, he gets a free flight. So you have to be smart.
Most of us don't see, but most of us can't do that. The people that can take a vacation every month, they have the time. What money provides you is time.
What money provides you is
time. It gives you time to do what you want to do. When you are
how so?
Because if you're
an entrepreneur, guess what I'm doing? I'm working 24 hours.
No.
If I'm running a restaurant, if I'm running a club, guess what I'm doing? I'm working 24 hours.
No, you're not. You're not work. See, this is the thing. When you're an entrepreneur and you establish something, most of the time, you're gonna bust your ass to establish that whatever it is that you do, right? Mm-hmm. And at some point, you scale it to where you have someone managing it.
No, but this is the point. You can even if you delegate,
mm-hmm.
right, your duties, right, mm-hmm. as an owner to a manager, right? You always have there's always the owner, there's always the manager, there's an assistant manager, right? But guess who basically is on call 24 hours?
That does, yeah, but you're not physically there.
Right.
And that's the whole point.
I may not be physically there, but at the end of the day, I still have to make sure my business is up and running and that it's running properly.
But that's
So-
why you put people in positions to
it.
do that. So that's where
But
you're.
I'm still on call 24 hours and I still have to do what I
You
have to do.
oversee it, but you're not. You're making it extreme, like you're on call. No, once you got something and it's established and it's running smoothly, and you scale. Okay, I'm gonna open a second one, but I got this one going. You're making money. That provides you now time. You're getting time. You don't have to be there 24/7 anymore because it's running smoothly. You already understand the process.
But
So that's what
but
money
I may not
does.
be at that location 24/7, but then I'm trying to remember. I'm trying to branch out. So guess where I'm at? I'm on to the next.
And you're only
talking.
but you're only talking about something that you have to physically be there. There are so many businesses that are just they make money without you having to do anything.
Like
There's-
Amazon.
Amazon is a perfect example. Bezos don't do anything. He doesn't have to be physically there. And he's
You
Bezos.
don't think Bezos does anything?
I'm not.
Something every day?
I'm not saying that he doesn't do anything, but he has a choice to do whatever he wants. He has the time. Him being he built Amazon, he busted his ass. He didn't sleep or anything of that nature. But once it got up and running, a lot of him processes were put in place, and now all of a sudden he has time to do what he wants to do.
It takes a village. That's the way I see it.
And that's what
takes a
money
village. You can
allows
never do
it.
it on your own. It takes a village. But what I'm saying is that in order to be able to enjoy your fruits of your labor, you have to work hard.
In
And
the
that work-
beginning.
but that work doesn't diminish, in my opinion, because you still have to be on your P's and Q's. It doesn't matter.
absolutely.
You are on call 24 hours, 7 days a week.
You oversee things, but you're not on call. You don't have to physically. Bezos
If there's
doesn't
an
have to
emergency
physically.
of any kind, guess who they're gonna call? La Jefa.
Right.
Right? So I'm on call 24/7. I can never say, I'm sorry, I can't be at your disposal right now, and I'm the owner. I can't say I'm gonna ignore.
It depends on
if
the
you're
business.
working for somebody, if
You're thinking small. You're really thinking small, like a business, a brick and mortar, which most
I'm
of the.
not thinking small. I'm thinking big.
How big are you thinking?
I'm thinking big. I'm thinking. At
You
the end
think
of the-
you think the owner of Red Lobsters and all of that, they get a
They're
phone call?
They're in bankruptcy right now.
A lot of them are. But you think if there's an emergency, they're calling him? No, they're not.
How do you know?
He has people in place. There's a process. But you're making it seem like if I'm in the top of the food chain, I got VPs and all that handle that. That doesn't come to me. I put people in place that I believe can handle it, and they're going to handle that. I'm not there 24/7.
That's perfectly fine. But at the end of the day, as the owner and as the face, you still have to be at some point, not some point, but you still have to be involved because it is your company.
No one's talking about being involved, and this is the thing.
But you're saying that you could at some point just be like a hands off.
No, I'm saying that money allows you
Because I don't know
time.
about you, but if I'm an owner and something's going on in one of my businesses,
I never
guess
said
what I
hands
want to
off.
know? I want you to
You're
call
not
me.
listening.
I want you to call me and be like, what's going on? Because at the end of the day, and it's not that I don't trust you, could be my assistant manager. You could be running the show. But you know what I'm going to expect from you? You're going to call me. You're going to let me know. I'm not going to walk through the doors and find out this went wrong, this went wrong, this went wrong, this went wrong, and I put the fires out. No, mother effer. You're going to call me and we're going to talk about things. And you're going to tell me
small.
at that time, the fires
You're
out.
talking about
if you
brick
have
and
100 locations.
you have 100 locations.
You
You're
don't
not.
want-
You're not.
That stuff
that's
needs to be
different.
handled in
But that's what I'm
house.
saying. You're thinking small. That's like small brick and mortar. Everybody has a little. You have a little studio. You have a flower shop. You are a sole proprietor.
I know. Let's go back to the topic at hand. What we were saying was like you would have loved to have been an athlete, right?
Yes.
But at the end of the day, as an athlete, you work 24 hours.
Yes, and then I work.
But you want. But you're like, I don't want to work 9 to 5. But do you want to work?
But you're
10
not
hours?
understanding. Listen, I'm gonna work
Why are you pushing me?
because you're gonna poke me.
Don't fucking push me.
The thing is, as an athlete, you see all these athletes and what they make. So I'm gonna bust my ass because that's where I want to be. Once I get there, all those years of sacrifice.
Are you thinking about money and the money aspect making you happy and making?
No, I'm not talking about money. Gives
then
you
what-
money
okay.
gives you the time to be happy. Money gives you the ability to do things
Money
that make
gives
you happy.
The time to be happy.
Yes.
So money
You're
is-
exchanging when you work. You are exchanging your time for money.
Do you know that there are a lot of people in this world that have had money and that have actually unalived themselves?
We're not talking about. I understand
and so
that.
they've had money to make time
But
to
you're-
be happy,
you're talking-
but they still unalive themselves.
You are
Let's talk about
yes,
that.
but
Let's talk about
you're
that.
talking about a very small percentage.
But
you're not talking
no,
about.
it's not a small percentage.
Yes, it is. There's an example. You're giving examples that are not the majority. That is not
It's
that.
not the majority?
No, it's
How
not.
many actors do you know last year unalived themselves?
Okay, so let's put the number. Say there's 50 actors that unlive themselves, right?
Or a fifth,
Let's say 50, right?
they don't have to be actors. They can be just individuals that are well off.
Okay, 50 people that off themselves well off, right? 50. How many out of now? What's the pool of everybody that's well off? So you're telling me there's 5 million people that are well off, and no. Listen, I want you to listen because these are math. This is statistics. You're not making sense.
Carmen said, "You guys are making me want to drink." But no, that's what I'm trying to tell you is you said money gives you time to be happy.
No, you're not. You're not listening.
What did you say then?
Money gives you time.
Right.
With time, money gives you time to do things that will make you happy. Not that money makes you happy. Money allows you to have the time to do things that make you happy. You might be an athlete, like he said. There's a lot of athletes.
There's a lot of things that you could do without having money.
We're not talking about that.
That makes you happy.
The subject is that. So, well, like he said, there's a lot of athletes that made it. Hey, I need to get my mother out of the ghetto. I need to get out of the projects. I'm going to do whatever it takes to sacrifice so I can get my mother out, right? So that sacrifice is what allows him to garner the money that gives him the ability to get his mom out of the ghetto. Gives the ability that he has now time. He has the off season now that he can do whatever he wants to his heart's content. You know, that's what does.
I disagree. Because there's a lot of people that are well off, that have the time, that have the money, that gives them the time to do what they want to become happy.
Mhm.
And unfortunately, that's not the end result. In general.
But you're talking about a small percentage.
I'm not talking about any percentage. I didn't say
But
percentage. I'm still saying.
there's examples. Of course, there's going to be examples.
I'm still saying that
but the majority.
There are a lot of people that have what they need, right?
Mm-hmm.
They have what their necessities in this life.
But it doesn't.
And they're still not satisfied.
You are exchanging time for money. Yeah. Every job. Okay, so that's exactly what you're doing. Your time. You're giving your time to get money. So what if most people do who are well off, they're giving their time to make as much money as possible to gain some of that money, that time back.
This question to you. Why is it that 99% of the times you hear people saying, there's not enough time for me to do everything that I want to?
That's a mindset because everybody has the same 24/7.
Everybody has them.
Everybody. So it's how you allocate your time.
You yourself have said, I don't have enough time to do everything I want to do.
But it's a phrase. It's not really realistic.
It is really realistic.
No.
Because, you could give yourself an agenda. You could give yourself an agenda every day, right? You could give yourself an agenda every day. But out of that agenda, 2 minutes, out of that agenda, guess what? There's going to be something that you may not be able to get to.
Right.
Right? Because there's not enough time.
Right.
Right? So
it wasn't that there wasn't enough time. Your process in doing it was incorrect.
You just don't know what throughout the course of the day can occur.
Absolutely.
Because at the end of the day, we're not up 24 hours. We may have the same 24 hours. But we're not up 24 hours.
Well, there's some people that sleep 12 hours, and there's some people that have 6 and work the rest of the time.
While we all don't have the same 24 hours.
But it's the choices that we make that time valuable, and that's why the sacrificing to get and attain the fruits of your labor is what gets you your time back. All these athletes who are waking up at 4 o'clock in the morning. Workouts, double workouts, and all that. They make it to college. They make it to the pros. They get these multi-million-dollar contracts. They get sponsorships. What happens now? Now they have this money that has now given them the time to do what other things. There's a lot of kids that never finish.
But they sometimes don't have that enough. They don't have that enough time. For example, in basketball season, when is the basketball season?
It's like 4 or 5 months.
The same time that your child is in school. The same time your child's in school. So guess what? So while I have to practice and be away from my games, my child is having a concert,
Mm-hmm.
right? My child is doing something,
Mm-hmm.
right? But I can't be there for my child because I'm an athlete and I have to be. This is my time and I have to be.
But the same people, the same athlete, you have millions of parents who have to work 2 jobs or work 8, 10, 12 jobs,
Yeah, I
and
know.
they can't be there because their boss says they can't take the day off and still gotta go back to the projects. The difference is that, okay, I might miss my kid's recital, but he's going to a private school. He has a nanny.
That
He
doesn't-
lives in a
But
mansion.
that may not be enough for the child. The child may just want, you know what? I want my parents there.
How do you know that?
Parents.
How do you know? Yeah, but he also understands there's sacrifices to be made. What do you rather be? Working working 12, 14 hours a day, making $10 an hour, going back to a shitty apartment in the projects and missing every
There's
kid's
nothing
event.
wrong with an apartment in the
Nobody's
projects.
saying
I
is
was
wrong
born
with
and
it.
raised in the projects.
But you're
It's
deflecting.
not a mention, though.
You're deflecting.
It's not a
You're
mention.
completely deflecting because what would you rather be in? What position? In that position or where?
I can't tell you.
All right, but I'm saying-
here's why I can't tell you, because at the end of the day, we have to be blessed and thankful for what we do.
We
have,
are. We
right?
we have to
be
have.
blessed
We
and
have to be
thankful
gratitude.
because
Absolutely.
there's always someone, and I'm not gonna say behind me, and I'm not gonna say in front of me, but there's always someone in this world that has less. So I'm not gonna compare myself and say I wish I wanted more. I wish I'm here. I wish I was there. No, I have to be thankful. And I have to be blessed with what I have now. That's
No,
my
absolutely,
theory.
because-
My theory. If I want more, I'm gonna work towards that more, right? If I don't want more, I'm not gonna work.
But that's why athletes work the way they work, and that's why people that sacrifice.
That is a wrap for today. It is 8:32. We gotta go. We're 2 minutes behind. We're getting the symbols. We're getting the sign. We're getting the the SMPs. All that goodness. So we are gonna be clocking out. Next week I'm not here. The week after I'm not here. So guys, you're in his hands, and I don't know how that's gonna be. You and SMPs.
Y'all gonna be.
I don't know what
great.
they're gonna be, but you're gonna
It's gonna
have
be
2
iron
Cubans
popping.
and 2 Puerto Ricans.
I don't know.
They're gonna be loud.
If Inspired
They're
Diosa
gonna
might
be
be back, I don't
passionate.
know. She might be behind the scenes
Ain't
after
nobody
this.
throwing me off this
I
throne,
don't know. I don't
Ain't nobody
know.
throwing
Stay
me off this
tuned.
throne.
Stay tuned. Stay
Nobody's
tuned.
throwing me off this throne.
Stay
I got
tuned.
this. All right, guys. We love you.
We love you.
Enjoy
Check
the
our
rest of the
YouTube
week.
channel.
Take
Share, subscribe, and we'll see you next week.
Oh, yes. We didn't share.
Well, I don't have my phone.
What did you use to share there? You're on there and here.
Yeah, but I couldn't. I have to go into my account
All right,
and all this
guys.
other stuff.
Love ya.
See, Toma, you're the one that had your personal stuff.
No, toma nothing.
Toma.
Toma nothing.